What they want? Come on.
ẹ ṣé o, ẹ ṣé o.
Mm-hmm. So let's take that off.
Yeah.
I had to put on my professional face to welcome the prophet, from Nigeria.
Wonderful.
And I hope you have something
Now,
to drink.
something is happening here where I'm hearing both. I'm hearing two things.
How do you mean? It's echoing.
Yes, I'm hearing the echo.
Do you have multiple devices right beside each other? Are
Well,
you logged?
what I need you to do, Donatella, is no, no, that's not the issue.
So I am logged into the Facebook Live, but I have the volume all the way down.
Okay.
Let me see if there's a way to put myself on mute if you're hearing me twice inside Facebook, but because I don't hear the echoing.
I'm still hearing you twice. I'm still hearing you twice.
Okay, let me try this. I just closed the Facebook page.
Okay.
Do you hear me twice now?
No.
Okay, so
Perfect.
maybe that was it.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Journeys from Lagos to Nigeria with our special guest, Prophet, Pastor, Doctor Francis Gbenga Adelegan,
Thank you.
and our beautiful hostess with the mostest, Donatella,
Yes.
and of course myself. Just to give
Bub,
you,
they need to know your name also, Bub. You never say your name.
listen. They will know my name. They will know my name at the end of the day. But it's not about me today. We are very happy to welcome our good brother here. Me and him have known each other a very, 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 very long time.
Really?
Yes. First of all, we share the same birthday.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
there's a spiritual connection from God when we were born that remains. So many people don't know, but after the first grade, my parents took me to Nigeria in I think 1980 or 1981. And they registered me in this primary school called St. Matthias
Primary,
School.
Catholic primary school.
My first Catholic
Yeah,
school.
in Leolu.
Yes. And this young man that you're looking at was one of my very, very, very first friends. First person to speak to me.
Wait. So let's back up because all this time I've thought you were just 21 years old. But even if we're going all the way back to primary school to present day adulthood,
Yes.
that is a lot of time.
That is a
to know.
long time. So like I said, from primary 3, third grade.
Say 40 years ago.
over
40 years
40
ago.
years ago.
Oh, long before I was born.
Yeah, sure. and one thing I loved about him even back then is his knowledge of his culture. He's a Yoruba man. He's a man that knows his culture, knows his history, knows his who he is. And at the time, I was the furthest thing from it. I was Mr. Onyibo. I was Ajebota. I was Tokumbo. I was so I was very, very different. And even to communicate, because when he speaks his Yoruba, is very original Yoruba. And
What does that
while.
mean? Original.
Okay, so there are levels in the language, right? There's like Ijinle Yoruba, like real ancient, you know,
Oh, okay.
language. And
Mhm.
then you have the watered down Yoruba. You have the Lagos Yoruba. You have very, different
As it's
levels
changed over the years.
to a lot, of people's understanding. So me coming fresh from America to now be able to communicate with him was at least challenging, but it was worth it because everything I needed to know, I learned from him. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, so fast forward, through we went to the same primary school. We
Mhm.
even went to the same secondary school.
Secondary school.
Yes,
Yeah.
we went to the same. So we went to the same secondary school, and the same thing. We were, and at the time, he was the captain of the race team. He was a fast, like world class athlete, sprinter.
Really? Oh
Yes,
my goodness.
they used to call him C, which means like he leans when he runs.
Ikelebe,
He leans to the side.
wonderful. Ikelebe.
I think he was we used to have these things called inter-house sports in Nigeria,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
he was I think he was in the yellow house, right? And his
Yes,
team would always
yes.
win because he would be one of the fastest sprinters in the whole school.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, but fast forward to today, he's a very successful pastor. I'm very, very proud of him. In fact, the last time I was in Nigeria, I was there to bury my mom, and we had her ceremony in his church. If I
Oh,
if I'm
glory.
correct, yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is amazing.
And,
So you
and
guys have
this is
really gone
something.
full circle.
Yes, and this is something he built himself from the ground up. He built. It wasn't no. We didn't do a conversion of an apartment to. He built a church, a grand, majestic church in our hometown of Ilaluji, and that is where we had our mother's ceremony. And not only that, but my mother was his mother. He literally all the time I was here in New York, he was the one taking care of my parents. He's the one that was taking care of my dad, my mom, Uncle E, everybody. So he has been a very, very
Part
instrumental
of
part
the
of my
family,
life.
part
Yes,
of Adelegan family.
yes. So for a long time we talked about going online and doing something, but finally now that me and Donatella have been able to get online, I told them we're gonna bring him on and introduce him to the world and let
Oh,
the
awesome.
world be able to hear his his message. So um, without further ado, Prophet, uh,
Yes, sir.
the stage is yours. I have one question for you. Um,
Okay.
when was the first time that you received your divine anointing or your inspiration, that you knew that you were a man of God, you're a prophet, and that you were going to dedicate your whole life to serving God?
Okay, thank you. I'm about 15 years old
Okay,
when I
14.
received the Holy Spirit
Wow.
anointing. 15 years old.
15.
Yeah,
15
15 years.
years old. Yeah.
Can you tell us about that day, that experience? Can you elaborate on that day?
All glory be to God. Because on that day I was a small boy, but when I received the divine calling, then I accept it because it's from God.
Okay.
So I can't deny it because I'm a small boy, and when I receive the Holy Spirit, I continue to walk in it.
And I can attest that from a very young age, you've taken it very seriously. Because believe it or not, right, Donatella,
Mhm.
he is married to his girlfriend from when we were in primary and
But
elementary school.
no age,
Well,
The
at
one
no
at
woman
age.
his
that
entire life.
Okay, so that's the other thing that I
I'm
wanted to
married to,
ask.
to my wife, in fact.
Forever.
But
And at that point,
and one in the house now. All glory be to God.
All glory to God.
so I have to
Long,
say
long
that means a
time.
lot.
Long, long time.
What'd you say, Donatella?
No, I said so as a struggling single woman in New York City, to hear someone say they've been married so long and still be smiling and have all of his teeth, and then say it's just one person.
One
That's
person.
that's very
His,
exciting,
his,
and I hope that the gentlemen listening are paying attention.
I think when he received that Holy Spirit, he knew that, he took it very seriously. So I think that's why he stayed in that lane. He's been disciplined and
Mhm.
and focused on God, and he has a wonderful wife that allows him to do that, because many women today would not allow their husband to really focus on serving God and God's will and God's calling like that. So,
Really,
oh yes, oh yes.
I've never heard of, and I'm sure it exists, but I've never heard of someone standing between the man in their life and God.
Let me
Maybe
tell
they
you.
become,
Let me
maybe
let
they
me
become,
elaborate a little bit.
maybe they get jealous.
Perversion,
Oh, okay.
right? So you have women that want to introduce you to their best friend, to sleep with their best friend, or to go, yeah, all kind, so you
Oh,
know
you're talking about those sister wives.
what, that's what I'm saying. You have women can definitely lead you in a path that can or she wants to take your wealth and instead spend it and buy houses and do, instead of doing, like I said, he
Mhm.
built his own
Church.
church from the ground up. So his woman bought in from a long time what the mission was, and they executed that mission for a long time. Where they had children. How many children do we have, Gbenga?
4 children.
Four children. So
Yes,
four
two
children.
girls, 2 boys.
And how old is the oldest now?
The oldest one, 24 years,
Thank God. See, we thank God. That is
and,
our
and
our
she's
first
doing
daughter.
her masters now.
She's doing her masters.
Yes, in Federal College, Federal University.
Oh,
What
congratulations.
is she studying?
She's studying agricultural science.
Okay, excellent.
and
See,
and that's one of the things that I admire about the Nigerian culture as I've become more acquainted to it since my visit in 2019. But I think I knew anyway, just from some of my friends that I've grown up with. I have a great respect for how strong the importance of studies. There are so many doctors and engineers that come out of Nigeria, and to hear your daughter is not studying any small topic, like she's not just going to school for business.
no. Well, it is a family business, because what I didn't tell you, which we'll get to, is one of the things that I admire about Prophet is that he's also a farmer. He's not
Oh,
just a pastor that makes his living in the church.
so you
He's
can
a
he's
he's a
feeding his congregation
he is a
physically and
farmer.
spiritually.
Yes, he
Okay.
has farms, he grows crops, and that, so it is the family business. So now he sent his daughter to go and learn how to take now that farming business
And
to the
cultivate it.
next, cultivate it to the next level. So
That's amazing.
that is an amazing thing that he's doing. And I'm sorry that I'm exposing all your secrets, Pastor, but you're an inspiration to all of us.
No problem.
Now, I have another question. So how long so you received the divine inspiration at 15? How long have you had your church? How long have you been a pastor?
The pastor is over 20 years ago.
Over 20 years. Okay.
Yes, to receive the anointing of purpose.
Now, what is the name of your church, if you don't mind us asking?
No problem. It's Universal C and S Gospel Mission.
Universal Cherubim and Seraphim
Seraphim Gospel
Gospel
Mission.
Mission. Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent.
A glorious miracle center.
Excellent. So me and Donatello are coming to Nigeria very soon, and we hope to come and worship with you in the
So lovely.
in the
So
And,
glorious vision.
lovely. We are
and
expecting you.
while you're
Yeah.
talking about the
We
visit,
are expecting you.
I held it in. I actually am looking for it. I hope to, and I'll abide by whatever requirements. I really would like to see the farm because here in the United States, we don't have a lot of black farmers, right? So I feel like if there more imagery of people seeing people who look like us farm and cultivate the land and be able to feed people around us, maybe some of that will inspire people back here as well. But I would love to visit your farm also if that's possible.
Our prophet, I think you have to. Did you hear what she said? She said we would love to visit your farm when we get there.
No problem. No problem.
Even before we get there, is it possible for you to send maybe a video? Maybe on that one of our next shows, we can show a video of your farm or you farming just to show the people what it's like as a farmer in Nigeria. Maybe you can make a small video for us.
Yes, I will try. No problem.
Okay.
No
Very good.
problem. No problem. Yes.
Now,
It's a big, I'm a big farmer.
my next question for you is, what makes your ministry different from the rest? Right now in Nigeria, there's so many pastors, there's so many men of God. There's every house you go to, someone is a pastor, someone is a man of God. Why should I come to your church? What am I looking for that I will receive in your divine ministry? Can you explain to us?
Thank you. Well, my church is not different from other because we are worshiping the same God. But at
Okay.
the same time, it's different.
Okay.
It's different because I like to say truth
Okay.
and
Mm.
I fear God. I like to say truth and I fear God. As you know me, it's over 30 years. So that is
40.
why I will say my church is different from others.
Okay. Because you only give the truth.
I will
Only the
give the
truth.
truth. Say the truth.
Even if people don't want to hear it, you always tell them what is the truth.
Truth is bitter, but I will try to say it and I'm continuing to say it.
Nice.
I have a feeling that here, I'm a Baptist, I'm from the South, so church means a lot to me as well. But you have those moments sometimes when you go into churches and you're sitting in the pew and you feel like the pastor is pointing directly at you. And so if you're giving a lot of truth, I'm sure there are a lot of people sitting in their seat saying, "Did you tell the pastor?"
That is true. That is
I
true.
mean,
That
But
is true.
that's the good kind of church to go to because you can have facades and you can put up fronts with individuals, but the one individual, one spirit you can't lie to is God, because God is all knowing and all seeing, right?
So let me tell you another fascinating story about my lovely brother here. When I was much younger, looking for wives and girlfriends,
Oh,
I used to go to my prophet and sit and pray with him on the women I dated.
no,
To
no.
see, and like he said, he would tell me the bitter truth, whether I liked it or not. He would
Oh,
tell me.
whether or
He
not
would
that
say,
was the one for you.
absolutely. My brother would say, Bob, no way, no how. No, and then eventually we met Miss Maxine. And what did my
I was,
brother said? He
I,
said, Bob, that's the one.
I was going to
yeah,
say, did you actually
Yes,
all
propose
glory be
to
to
he
God.
said it. He said it.
Yes,
He said, Bob, this
yes.
is, and listen, when I
It's
say this
Holy
is my
Spirit that said it,
spiritual,
not me. Holy
yes,
Spirit that said it.
this is my spiritual advisor. This guy, any question I have, we will sit, we'll pray together. He will pray and he would tell me, like I said, he didn't tell me what I wanted to hear. He tell me what the truth was, what God gave
and
him.
that's important.
Whatever God gave him is what he told. And honestly, um, it was very, very, very helpful because, like you said, truth is bitter. Sometimes we hear the truth, and some people may not like it. Some people will like it, some people may not like it, but at the end of the day, is the truth. If that's who God had given me, it doesn't matter who didn't like it or who didn't support. At the end of the day, that's what God anointed, and that's what happened. So, um, I appreciate the fact that he never let his personal feelings or a personal agenda get in the way of his mission, of his ministry. His ministry is one that I can attest to, that has always been honest, has always been truthful, and I brought many people to him as well to get that divine inspiration, because like I said, sometimes you can't go in this world without troubles, without questions, and to have someone that can pray on your behalf and ask questions on your behalf and get answers on your behalf is very important. So
It definitely
and
is.
and believe me, I'm not the only one. The prophet has thousands of people he has helped here in the US, Canada, and in Nigeria, that all go to him for consultation. So,
all
if,
over the world.
all over the world, and so
All
we're
over.
hope
So,
and
so
we're
maybe after this connection, Pastor, I need some help because I will tell you recently, there's a young lady from Nigeria that has a new hit record with an R&B singer, Tiwa Savage. I love her. I met her in 2019. Very, very nice. She just released a single with Brandy, and it's called Somebody's Son. And the whole song is basically empowering women, saying, someday somebody's son is going to love me. And, that's like my 2021, 2022 anthem. I'm waiting for somebody's son to actually love me.
by God's grace, it will happen, right? My prophet, right? Amen,
Yes.
amen. And we know it's very late there, so um, we just want to once again thank you for joining us for these few minutes, and also
Okay.
we're going to ask you to say a prayer for us, just like Donatella has said. I want you to say a prayer for us that are over here, that do not have access to you
Right.
as we would like. We can't come to your church tomorrow.
Mhm.
We're all the way over here. So the least we can ask for is a good word, a good prayer from you before we
Mhm.
close our session. So if you don't mind, please give us a good prayer as a closing.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we give you glory, honor, and adoration. Father, let your name be exalted in the mighty name of Jesus. We pray for you, my brother and my sister, and everybody that you are hearing me all over the world shall be well with us in Jesus' name. Whatever we lay our hand upon, we shall prosper. I prophesy to everybody's life. As from this moment, we shall sing a new song. We shall dance a new dance in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
People will gather together and celebrate us. We shall be celebrated in the mighty name of Jesus. Mo gbàdúrà agbára àṣeyọrí Ọlọ́run á jogún ẹ̀ fún wa. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló dẹ̀ máa rí o. Ní orúkọ Jésù Kristi Olúwa wa. Àmín. Àmín.
Ah,
Àmín. Orúkọ Jésù.
ah,
Praise the Lord.
hallelujah. You see,
God bless you. Thank you.
Donatella, you see, I still know my Christian roots.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that, and I didn't get a chance to let my dad know that we're on. But Pastor, you and I will have some conversations because this young man, he
Definitely.
beats me up sometimes.
Don't worry, don't worry. You see, I show you. I surprise you every day,
You
Donatella.
absolutely did.
Every day, I surprise you every day.
You absolutely did. You absolutely did. This was great. Thank you. And it's hard to get your title. I want to say thank you, Pastor, Doctor, Pastor. There's so many titles.
Thank you. I thank you too.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Prophet, thank you so much. So we are signing off until next time. We will bring you
Okay.
back and join us. But this video will be on YouTube. I'll show you the link. Anyone can watch it
Yeah.
and receive this divine prayer you've given us today. And we thank you so much for your time. And greet the family
God
for
bless
us.
you.
See you
Thank
soon.
you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye
Bye,
bye.
Pastor.
All right.
Thank you.
That was cool.
it was amazing. So I wasn't sure if we were going to stay live and continue talking, speaking, or if we were going to end. So we're going to stay on for a little while.
Of course, we're gonna stay on
Oh,
phone. We
awesome.
got still do our show.
Great. So let's change the subject that's at the bottom, because right now it was directed toward our lovely pastor.
Prophet, yes, thank you for peeping that. You know, I'm a bad producer sometimes,
No,
so
you know, I think you're the ultimate multitasker. You are producing, you are running a restaurant, you are completing invitations. So this is how we compliment
yes,
one
yes,
another.
yes, yes,
And
yes, yes.
I'm
That is true.
excited to see, because this is going to be a spur of the moment kind of thing. And Ayana, of course, is with us in spirit right now. She's off busy, taking care of family matters, and
Absolutely.
hopefully she dropped a message in the WhatsApp.
Okay.
So hopefully she'll join us. But while you change the topic, I'm going to just talk a little bit about things that are going on. Maybe I'll elaborate more about my favorite song, "Somebody's Son" by Tiwa Savage and
You know
Eric Frank.
that is a. So I got to see the video yesterday. Oh no, 2 nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was so. I don't want to say I was emotional, but I was very happy for Brandy
Absolutely.
because ever since the tragedy, it's really been hard to get her footing. You know,
Which tragedy are we
she,
referring to?
she had a car accident and the person she hit died.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, she had a car accident. This is when she was, still putting out music and stuff, and that whole thing just really derailed her career. So that's why we really haven't heard or seen from her in years.
Mm.
And now to team up with Tiwa Savage.
Who is huge. She's got 13.1 million
Oh
followers
yeah,
on Instagram.
Tiwa's big, but you know, to bring, and what I love is that Brandy, one, she sung in Yoruba, and
Yes,
two, she also brought her authentic self to the
yes,
track,
yes,
and there's something about her voice that is so incredible and
yes.
so unique
Yeah.
that it just touches your soul,
No,
and it just took that song to a whole nother level.
you know what's interesting about it? So what I liked about seeing Brandy, and right now you have quite a few American artists reaching out and connecting with Afrobeat celebrities to make music. But yes, it was the fact that Brandy actually took the time to go and learn the
Yes,
language. Her
yes.
falsetto voice when her
Oh
track
my
comes in.
God,
And
that's is
I'm going to
crazy.
give you, a lot of people say that they like things, but I've been looking for that one thing to kind of push me to take some of my social media content to the next level. But this particular song speaks to so many, I think, of us women who have had unsuccessful relationships, or are just sitting around wondering, when is he going to come or whatever. But the song itself just kind of tells you, hey, I'm not going to be sorry. This is not going to be a sorry song or a heartbreaking song. We're singing and rejoice that, somebody's son's going to love us. And so I'm going to give you a sneak peek, right? Or I could send the video to you. I don't know if you want to share it, but I'm going to launch my TikTok off of this song. And so
Oh,
I did, like,
well,
let's see
yeah.
if I,
If you want to send it to me on what's okay. Either way, whatever you want to
yeah,
do.
I can send it to you on WhatsApp. It's not completed. I'm doing a little bit of the editing. I started it this morning.
I do it from your phone. So what next week we'll show the completed version on the show.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah. Do your phone. Give us a little clip from your phone, and then
So,
next week we'll do the finished
so put it
version.
up to the screen. That's what you
Yeah.
mean. Okay. So let me start it over. So this is kind of, whoop, where's my
The other
camera?
way. The other way. Yeah. You go. Wow, you had a wedding dress on.
Yeah, so I'm being serious. Don't anybody go steal my idea. So
What's up?
I went walking through Brooklyn in a wedding dress, and I'm like, where is he? I can't find him. And it's
Oh,
like
that's so
somebody's son. And so men are like, what's going on? Hey, did you just get
That is so
married?
dope. That is
Yeah,
very
and I'm
dope.
like, no, I'm looking for somebody's son.
See,
And
that's
so,
why
you
I
know,
want to hang on your coattail. You just got marketing coming out your butthole.
yeah, exactly. But you know, I think it's also one of the things that creatives and people in general suffer with, being a perfectionist, because you're that way when it comes to your brand. So you know, I wanted to launch it this morning, and I can't get the
You know,
words to
not
come
so much perfectionism. It's just that I'm just quirky. I think I'm more quirky than perfectionist.
Well, I don't mean with like social media. I mean the expectations of your
Yes, yes,
business.
yes,
So
yes.
to me, and you can't pat your own back. So I can do that. The many years that I've been coming to Amarachi, one of the things that I think makes you thrive so much, you put as much energy into the food that is prepared, into the people that you hire, into also the people that you hire, whatever struggles they have as well. Because I'm always fussing at you. Why you treat everybody like family? You
So
know,
you want to hear about a fascinating conversation I was having today with David?
absolutely.
You know what? Let me see if I could bring David on. Let me see if I could bring David on to the live, right? So,
Oh, are we talking about David that's employed there?
yes, Dave,
Oh, he's
yes.
a good looking brother. So that'll help us with some likes and
You are
follows.
so silly. You are so silly. Let me see.
Hey,
Let me
you
see.
know the camera society loves good looking people, and that's another thing about Amarachi. I was so happy that we hired some men because I get tired of looking at all those beautiful women walking around with their
Yes,
small
you know,
waistlines.
and I'll tell you David's story. So David, used to came to Amarachi regularly,
I
and
remember.
one day he threw a party here with his family, and it was a big party on a Saturday or Sunday,
Hmm.
and things didn't go too well.
Uh-oh.
So he reached out to me and said, "Listen, um, I'm in the industry. I know how things are supposed to go, and what happened yesterday wasn't it.
Oh,
And I can help, you know." So that's really how we got introduced to each other, and so obviously, we brought him in. Now, the interesting thing about it, this is when we first opened back up, when we did not have very many staff. As you know, it was very hard. You had to cover shifts for me
yeah.
because we couldn't get nobody to work. So that's basically what happened with Dave, where we just didn't have enough staff to handle a Sunday.
Hmm.
And so fast forward to now with the mandate, um,
Oh,
where business has literally fallen off a cliff. And I'm trying to retain all the staff that I had, knowing how hard it was to get these people. Um, I want to try and keep them as long as I can, but if business continues to tank, I'm not going to be able to keep everyone. So
right.
we started brainstorming on things that we needed to do to boost business.
Okay.
So that was
His story.
conversation.
I remember, and he's also a small business owner. I'm going to interrupt our topic right now because for whatever reason, I have shared the is your Facebook page private? I've
No, it's public.
So I've shared the link to our Facebook Live um, in my messenger, and absolutely no one can access it.
You
They're
serious?
getting they're getting messages that says perhaps the person who shared it, that would be me, doesn't have permission to share the link. I took the link from your Facebook page. So if you're seeing us,
I specifically made my page public today so that people could get in. I was
yeah,
wondering why it was so slow to fill up, but
yeah. So I think like I'm looking on our Facebook. So I'm logged into the Facebook Live on my iPad. I'm in my Messenger on my phone,
I
and
didn't
so
even bring up vaccines today, so they shouldn't be blocking me.
I don't think you're blocked. And then it could be me also Um, my Facebook may be private. I think it is because I still have that crazy situation with the local guy who stalks me,
Uh,
which is a whole nother thing. I now have I'm in the first stage of a team. We'll talk about it later. Where I'm
oh look,
actually,
I'm watching. Oh,
which is a
obviously,
whole
I'm
nother
watching
thing. I
myself.
now have I'm
I
in the
saw the
first.
link you posted. It worked. I
Oh,
just
my
went.
page.
I just went
Yeah,
onto it.
yeah. Well, you own the link, so
Yeah,
you would
that's.
be able to get into it. But so I'll apologize to these people. I'm responding to them. So if it looks like I'm not making eye contact, I'm
Tell them
responding to.
try to find us on YouTube if possible. They can
So
watch us
the
on
only my
YouTube.
only problem with that is, let me go. Maybe I'll do that. I just want to be able to see their comments. I did have our YouTube open, as a matter of fact. I just put the volume down really low. So maybe I'll try sharing that. Ooh, what? The YouTube is up to 91 subscribers. Woohoo. For people who we're not doing any kind of advertising.
Completely organic,
Yeah,
bootleg
and then
all the
we
way.
go live whenever we want to with no notice. We really are not doing it for the monetization, you guys.
We just do it. I'll just say that.
Mhm.
I'm trying to call
We
David because he's not
This is
here.
our glorified telephone call.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
maybe that's it. I'm gonna try and send it to my dad and see what's happening, because I sent it to a few people that are in Canada. Some of the people I'm connected to in Nigeria, and they can't access it
All right.
either.
Well, let's keep it going. They'll be able to. I'm sure we'll be able to post the links and they'll be able to watch after hours. So the issues, well, since you're marketing, we're talking about what's going on. So ever since the mandates went into effect, literally I haven't broken even. I've been unaware, and so the question is, what do we do? There's several things, and I want to get your opinion. Um, Ayana said I'm Rachi Studios. What's up, brother Sam? Um, is that right now people are hesitant to come out to restaurants. In fact, I go to New Jersey to eat because I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine, and I hope brother allow me to share your story. He was vaccinated twice. He's doubly vaccinated, right?
Mhm.
But he went to watch a show on Broadway, and when he
Mhm.
got there, he was turned back, and he was turned back not for the strangest thing because it was within 14 days of the second shot. They considered him unvaccinated, and he wasn't allowed to watch the show. So
Now,
the,
I've
the
never
money
heard that stipulation.
well, the money he spent on the tickets, the
Mhm.
parking, the
Mhm.
excitement, all of that was turned away. So I think people are a little apprehensive now of even just going out because you really don't know. If you're unvaccinated, it may be too cold or too chilly to sit outside. If
Mhm.
you're recently vaccinated, maybe not enough time has gone by. You don't want to be repelled
I
at the door.
I
But
think
there are a
that
lot of
might
things.
I think that might pertain to, because remember the original, and again, I'm talking from just my brain, my knowledge. I have no idea about this specific scenario, but I think that might be an extra layer of protection that theater house is using, and the whole caveat. Remember originally, that it was 10 to 14 days that you could possibly still have symptoms before people verified that you really weren't a risk. So maybe that's something that
Well,
institution is
from
doing.
the from the CDC, their directive is that yes, if let's say you take the jab and you die within that 14-day window, you're considered an unvaccinated death. That you were COVID positive, but you weren't vaccinated. That's how the CDC conducts that sense. So the Broadway people are using the same method or the same barometer that the CDC is using to consider people vaccinated or unvaccinated, which is just crazy. But we're not even going to really go into that. We're really talking about what are we going to do. So we're having that challenge with this whole mandate thing, the loss of the population. Where is everybody?
Right.
So now you mix this with a 5.4% inflation. that we're facing at the stores.
Right.
So you can't really start doing all kind of crazy happy hours because the cheese, a bag of cheese that was $15 is now $19.
Right.
You
They're
know,
also increasing individuals who are on Social Security have just found out that the Social Security will increase for the first time in something like, I forget the number of years, something like 15 plus years, where they're going to extra $91. Hey, Ayana, extra
welcome.
$91 per payment, right? So
They're gonna get extra money.
yeah, extra money, but I was very impressed with the fact that one of those individuals, she said, well, yeah, I'm not going to get excited right now, because if you're increasing my Social Security by $91, what's going to happen in the long run? I'm not excited now if you're going to be taxing me, or I'm going to pay it back in
But which they've kind of showed us that's what they do. They give you that money up front, and then a year later they tell you, "Hey, what's up, Ayana?"
They're gonna take it back immediately. Look at the cost of food. Look at the cost of everything else.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
Yo, gas is. I saw a place. Gas
I just filled up.
$6.59.
so let me ask you if you're aware of the other part, why supplies and things are increasing so much. So one of my cousins, I'm not going to say his name, he actually works at the Port Authority where all of the ships and things come in.
Mm-hmm.
And so presently, I'm trying to remember what state it was, but
California.
New Jersey, California is another port, another very large port, where they recently got approval to work 24 hours, 7 days
Unload
a week.
the tankers.
Right. And there's a small business owner in New Jersey who has orders for children's bicycles that are over a year old because they can't get it. So when you walk into places like Walgreens, the grocery store, and you see inventory is empty, it's also because there's also a shortage of truck drivers. So those things that are being unloaded, they don't have enough transportation to carry it to the next place. Hence the inflation that we're also seeing, not to mention all the theft that occurred during the pandemic and that's still occurring. Walgreens just closed. I think they've closed 3 or 4 stores in San Francisco. And on the news that I saw, I couldn't believe it. The news anchor is in the Walgreens in San Francisco doing a story on shoplifting and
somebody shoplifting.
The things that were locked up and the empty racks, and a man jumps over the counter in the Walgreens and grabs an inflatable mattress on camera and gets on a bicycle and rides out of the Walgreens.
Okay,
so let's
Donatella.
So this is the other thing. So they're not it's the truck drivers are definitely low. You can look and see truck driving companies are hiring ridiculous. They're giving sign-on bonuses, but they don't even have enough people to unload them.
Yeah.
And so to the point where Biden is now having conversations on what can we do to get these products. I have a friend that works, she's high up in Frito-Lay, and they don't have ingredients to make certain chips because they're on the tanker trucks.
Right.
That is crazy.
And that goes to our small business owners.
Hits them harder.
No, so the small business owners, and this is not any shade, but all those influencers with the perfect little bodies that are selling the little sports outfits and the little cute dresses that they're really ordering from AliExpress and wherever else and putting their labels on it, they don't have their inventory.
Nope.
You know, all the women that are selling these hair products that I have, that they can, the cost of frontals are through the door. You know,
that's what I asked before. So are we heading for a crash? Are we heading for
a lot?
Yeah. We should. Well, I mean, the cost of houses has gone through the roof. I mean, I live in Texas. The reason why you would move to Texas was because the houses were cheaper if you were moving from New York or California. Today, they said the median house was like $394,000. Yeah. My house, when I bought it, 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, we bought it in '06. It was $144,000. Today it is appraising at almost 300 and something. But if we were to sell it, because my husband was like, "Oh, we should sell it," I was like, "Where we gonna live? We can't afford to buy anything else."
Buy something else.
You guys was like, "Nah, don't get all money ain't good money." Like, no way.
That's
so
why, go ahead. That's why real estate in New York.
Can I move in? Like,
come on with it. Come on.
Like that's why New York, real estate in New York and New Jersey is really big now. And it's also why they say if you're in the market or you're into crowdfunding or you have a little circular financial support, now is the time to be buying houses and trying to flip them, because there are not enough new modern houses to fill the market that's happening right now.
But I'm afraid, let me say this, people who bought houses recently, I mean, your house can't even stay on the market for minutes. Like, houses are selling like this, right? But that's a negative in the fact that people are overpaying for houses. People would overpay for my house. But when that market crashes, your house is going to go back to what it's supposed to be, and you're paying a note.
You're 100% correct. I spoke to, I'm baby looking for a little house too. Baby on the low. And so I spoke to somebody yesterday, and the house was like 350. So this house is like way out there, like
far away,
right? To be at 350.
Right.
So she called me and we're talking about that. She's like, "Oh, mind you, this house went up a few days ago." She's like, "The house already has a contract on it. 6 people put a contract on it." And the house they were asking 350, right? It had a pool too.
400.
Over 400.
Because a lot of people are flipping houses, also are turning them into second. The whole thing you do, turning into second.
Nah, but this is not really in the It's not in a flipping area. There's nothing out where this house is.
They're trying to buy it now.
Somebody just trying to move and live.
They're trying to buy it now because the interest rate is still low. That's what it is.
Exactly what she said is like, yes, the danger is you're going to buy this house at 400, 410, but you're going to be instantly upside down.
Upside down.
It's not worth that much.
Nope.
So you got a house that has negative equity and you're just moving into it. And
people are pulling out their pocket. Here's another thing with housing. You said inflation. Well, I'm sure you guys heard this. The cost of building a house. So if you're getting one built from scratch, and the lumber and all that stuff,
plywood, all that, it's crazy.
In Texas, this poor family, it was a small little couple. They had, signed the contract. House was getting built. They went back to go and close. They were like, you need $90,000 more dollars for the things that were used, materials to use. I was like, and they had put money down. They had bought all the stuff for the inside of the house. They was ready. So inflation is already here. It's just, and I'm waiting for it to hit the bubble to burst again, because it's about that time. The bubble burst in 08.
Right?
I just don't see how we go forward.
We can't, and it's not a Biden thing. It's not. It's like it's not leadership. It's just greed. It's supply and demand.
And I think planning, a little bit of planning too.
I think
we didn't do it right.
A workforce, you gotta recruit people that are gonna get these things off the ship, and we don't have enough men.
No. Let's remember though, a lot of those people who, and this will sound real messed up, a lot of those people who were getting things off the ship, who were working in factories, where I'm going?
Back.
Hello.
Because I was like, it's like Thanos clicked his fingers and a third of the workforce is gone, because it's not just restaurants and that front line tier. It's all the way up.
You have to remember what a lot of these undocumented workers were doing. Do you remember when they first started talking about ICE and the undocumented workers? How all the farmers help disappear. People are not paying attention. You want to send these people back somewhere. And I'm going to say something that really is outside of kind of my brand, but I remember that when it dawned on me that the new in person was not really the black person, because when you went into these different businesses and those low level jobs, you used to see black people doing a lot of them, right? And then the whole staff changed and it became Spanish speaking people. And I remember when I went to, I flew into Denver airport one day, and everybody who worked in the airport, including the
Colorado, baby, close to the border.
They were all Ethiopians.
Really?
All Ethiopians, yeah, in the Denver, Colorado. And so, where is the black American who used to, wait on your table, wash all the dishes? Even if you go into a lot of the Caribbean restaurants, Spanish speaking culture and seasoning and things, in my opinion, is very close to the way we season food, and the labor is cheaper.
Well, here's the funny thing though. The people who are like, send them back, they're taking our jobs. They're not taking my job. They're not taking your job. They're not taking their jobs. We need them too. They were paying taxes too. Everyone wasn't, some of them had social security numbers and they was doing all these things right. And you literally, again, Thanos, gone. So you're struggling with staff. You're staff now, but there are tons. My husband is in that industry, cannot keep people. And at first people were like, oh, it's because of the extra unemployment. That's been gone in Texas since May.
That's been gone a lot of places. That's
been gone in. So I was like, it's not the unemployment, y'all. I was like, but I just asked this question to one of my friends. I was like, did Amazon take everybody? Like, where did all these people? Where did all these people go? Where'd they go?
I'm gonna give you a little bit of perspective from my angle. The Dominicans, the Mexicans were the backbone for a lot of this work.
Absolutely.
And I remember I had a guy named Pedro that we opened this, or maybe he came like a year after we opened, but he was with me for 3-4 solid good years. And this guy worked his butt off, and he ended up leaving. He went back to his country just because of all the pressures of immigration. You get to a point where they box you out. Like, you can't get this, you can't get that. And then you've been here for so long and you're like, yo, I haven't saved anything. I don't have nothing with my name on it.
But it's not just them. It's Caribbean people too. It's Caribbean people too.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is the quality of work these guys are skilled. Like, these guys
absolutely.
Like, these guys enjoy fucking working.
And I don't know that they enjoy working, but they understand that the work ethic
they gonna get paid.
Keeps them paid.
Yeah.
Right.
They have a purpose for what the money is.
Exactly.
That's when I hire people, it's not, I know you want a paycheck. Nobody wants to work. Like, nobody wants to. We want let's keep it real, 1,000.
Yo, Ayana, I'm telling you, some of these dudes, they're on another level.
Like, they want the money to
tail off. And
no.
Just have their money ready.
You're talking about the process. They have a
what I'm saying is, like, I don't want to have to do everything that I do, right? I don't want to have to, but you do it. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it well. Those are the people you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's kind of like the carrot. Like, why do you work? When I hired people, when I was staffing in corporate America before motherhood, I would ask, what was the purpose of them working? Because, we know it's a paycheck. It's what do you plan to do with that check? Oh, I plan to become debt free. I plan to do this. I got to take care of my mom. I'm trying to pay for school. I'm trying to do this. It's not just the paycheck. It's what you're going to do with it. So nowadays, we don't even take that time anymore because we assume we know. That's why people jump from job to job. And I'm not talking about, that level of customer service jobs. I'm talking about the higher level. Nobody stays with a company 20 years anymore. Who does that?
Well, you don't do that primarily now because
they force
the rate that you get laid off, and
they also not paying you.
They don't want to
pay. They're not paying you, and they're not building loyalty. If you build loyalty as a leader and you show that, people will stay. I mean, if you're respecting them and you're appreciating them. But overall, my point of all this is, we don't, as Americans, our work ethic is a little crazy. Because we want.
I'm about to talk about black men next. Okay, I'm about to talk about my experience. Okay, I'm about to talk about my experience with black men. Okay? And look, I pray with these. I pray on these guys. I said, bro, I need you to make it. I need you to beat beat the curve, beat what they saying about you. Fight it. Just fight it. And time and time again,
I think it also
time and
It's a
time again.
mindset.
Look,
it also
they
depends.
just don't.
It
They are not
depends.
willing. They are not willing. See, here's what it is, right? We have no one feels like they should do that anymore, right?
They're
No one
above it.
feels like they exactly they're above it. But here's the problem: you didn't take care of business on yourself first, so that these jobs are not the only jobs you can get. If you had
Mm-hmm.
taken care of business and went up that ladder and did what you had to do, whether it's education or vocational school, and got yourself a
Right,
craft, right?
right.
You would be in a position to demand $32 an hour, $40 an hour, which I know a lot of brothers are doing. Like that's why a lot of like in New York, right? Look, they either working for sanitation, they're working for and the ones that don't want to go to school, right? That
Mm-hmm.
want to work and have a
Have
good
a good
life,
living.
right? They're gonna work for MTA, they're gonna go to
Mm-hmm.
sanitation, they're gonna go a
Yeah,
city job.
right,
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
right.
The rest of them, they're gonna hustle. And they're
It's
gonna work at these other jobs. But when these other jobs, they don't like the pay at these other jobs, and they have no motivation to be there. So what do they do to compensate? They steal. They steal products
and sell them.
and sell them on the side. They come in late. They smoke weed on the job while they're working.
Oh,
Um,
oh goodness.
it's
And
it's
now that that's gone to
it's
be there, that's a whole nother
ridiculous.
topic.
It is. They don't want to do. They want to do the bare minimum.
So let's
There.
just be clear
Because
that
they don't want to work.
but
They want money.
that's not just okay. So let's be clear. I want to say that's not just men of color. I
Listen.
think in the last five or what I'm getting to is I also see it from women. In the last 5 to 10 years,
Oh,
especially
of
with
course.
social media has created an
Yes.
environment and a false, I feel like a false sense that you no longer have to be like it's shameful.
Qualified.
No, not even that. It's shameful to be to have a 9 to 5 job and work somewhere. The amount of memes that I have seen where, oh, you don't want to work for nobody, you ain't got to do this. What's a paycheck? What's 401k? When I read this on Instagram and I'm saying, okay, you're telling your sons and daughters, don't be a doctor, don't be a
Nope.
dentist,
Nope.
don't shoot for that corner office, a CEO. No,
No.
here's what you do. You drop out of school, you think of a business. Everybody cannot be an entrepreneur because if everyone's an entrepreneur, who is the consumer? Who is your target market?
And no. It's not. It's worse than that, Donatella.
That's
They
terrible.
want to be an entrepreneur and sell the same shit,
Everybody else
eyelashes
selling.
and hair. Exactly. Like they selling each other.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
y'all pick one industry and everybody want to do that because it's a trend. It's a fad. Oh, everybody
No,
want to
not
sell.
because it's a
Everybody
trend and
want
a
to sell
fad.
hair. Everybody want to do hookah.
No. Not because it's a trend or a fad. It's because AliExpress gives it to everybody with drop shipping. And there's a point, there is a demographic for everything. That's true. So, I will tell people all day long. And I just said this, I watched some gentlemen who have an Instagram live that they do all the time. And I just want to jump into the screen and choke all of them because they talk about women and lace fronts and wigs and things of that nature and how the hair smells terrible, it scratches their face. And so, I dropped a comment. I said, well, first of all, lace fronts were not created equal. Like
Oh my God.
you have to understand that there's a demographic for everybody. It's the same thing as you can go to McDonald's every day or you could go to Peter Luger every day and have a
Of
burger,
course. Yeah.
right? So when it
Mhm.
comes to this $1 billion black hair game or hair game period, you have people who could, buy a wig and it costs them $200. I personally wish I could take some of my wigs and get the money back, because then I could live rent free for a year, I'm sure.
Wow.
So and I say these things to say, when I try to tell people, oh, I'm struggling, I don't have any money, like, oh, Donatella, you look like $1 million. And I said, that's because when you guys were shopping at Conway and Bobby's, I was in Thomas Pink and Brookstone and Ann Taylor, and this dress is from 2013.
And it still looks brand new.
Hello. And
but it's classic.
And,
but
and,
see,
but
it's class.
The people's hair is 2 years old, and I just got it re-dyed.
But so wait. There's a whole nother issue. I mean, you said something. When you buy timeless pieces, they won't go out of style. Like that's something I learned years ago. Like, you buy a timeless piece, you buy quality, you don't have to kill yourself. But I'm gonna go back on the thing you said about businesses. So I worked in corporate America a while. And I always had an entrepreneurial thing, always. But I was raised, you're gonna stay with Verizon, you're gonna stay with this company. But when they chose to upgrade me to consumer only in 08, I had to my mindset changed. So my relationship with the thought of just corporate America or just a job, because there's no loyalty there. Like, I got to give you 2 weeks when I'm choosing to leave, but you don't give me 2 weeks when you upgrading me to consumer, so.
Or when you upgrading you to your living room where I'm sitting at.
Well, that's what I mean. That's that when I say consumer, meaning I'm going to use your product now. I am no longer selling your product. So I do think there's value in being an entrepreneur if it's a gift, if it's something that this world can't live without, if you know that you are unique and you can share it and you believe it. But if you're just doing it because you see somebody go, hey, I made this much money and doing this and this and this, and you're gonna jump on that bandwagon, you're gonna fall off it too.
Well, that's not what I meant. But
I didn't think you meant that.
I'm not coming down on people, but I think it's the difference. As I see a lot of people, boys, girls, men, women, that are waiting for that next opportunity where something horrible happens for them to go viral. Nobody. I don't like saying nobody, but a lot of people. Like, I go down my timeline and I unfollow people all the time because I try not to get too much negativity. Mm-hmm. But I see so many people who look like me from Brooklyn who are talking about these 9-to-5 jobs and calling it the plantation. And, I remember back in the day, I used to say it as a joke, but these people really mean it. Like, you're going to go work for the man. You got all these millionaires now sitting on Instagram telling you how not to work for the man. But if you look at most of them, they worked for the man until they built up their credit worthiness, or they did crowdfunding, which is something we don't do inherently, in order to start a business. So
it's
for insurance.
Listen, it's a complete disaster.
It's a mindset.
I see these people, and listen, I've given many people opportunity to set up their businesses and stuff here, but I keep telling them, y'all can't all do this. Y'all all can't be the hookah person. Y'all all can't be,
And the hookah is going to kill them.
I mean,
so it's a hookah business. God, I'm so out of touch.
But I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you though, hookah in New York City, whether it's licensed or not, I've sat back and talked to some of these people and seen their taxes. These men and women selling hookah are making, and especially during the pandemic, were making anywhere from $300 to $500 a night. Some even maybe $600.
So wait. I need clarification. So they're selling like the thing, or people are coming out and sharing the smoke.
So they're two different things.
You buy the each hookah thing, right? It's about $40.
She's asking, are you talking about people who just come around selling the hookah, or
no, I'm just saying the person that sells the hookah you have to invest in the $40 apparatus. Right? So you buy it at least minimum 10 to 15, and then your friend is having a party, whether it's in the house, whether in the club, they call you to bring your 15, 20, and you sell it to the people in the club. So depending on how many times you get to flip it, that's how you get anywhere from
So
300
so
to
look.
500.
So when I heard people were doing hookah during COVID, I freaked out. I was like, wait, y'all sharing it? Because I did not
Yes.
Oh no,
understand.
they were at the beginning. They were. Remember when hookah first came out? Everybody was sharing before they started showing all those horrible visuals of the cold sores that
Yeah.
people were getting. So now that's the other thing, right? So I'm saying to my friend, it's the middle of pandemic in New York. All of the underground clubs that were open. It's in the pandemic. People are out breathing on each other, and their one safety is, oh, let me remove my thing, and that keeps them safe. Well, it's the same thing. It's a pandemic, and some of these guys are still sitting around in a cipher, sharing a joint.
What
Yes.
is COVID is a respiratory problem, right?
Hello, and
You're smoking hookah. Like you are degrading the one thing that you need to be at tip top shape. Listen, I've seen worse, right? I've seen people recover from COVID and go hit the hookah. And I'm like,
no,
I
yes,
can't even talk to you anymore.
no, but you know
Because
what?
it can't be that you know what this thing, you know how it is, you know how it feels.
Yeah.
And you actually would do that again.
Well, no, because you know what? It becomes that whole superhero kind of superhuman thing, which is another thing, another caveat of the pandemic that I noticed. People I know who had COVID and they survived, they immediately equated to the flu. Oh yeah, it was bad, but I
Lies
lived.
you tell.
Let me just explain to everyone and everyone out there. I've had COVID. I run through 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, cranberry, cranberry tablets, you name it, vitamin D, right? I drink bitters. I made up bitters here in the bar. Every day we take a shot. Like you got to be on top of your game,
Yep.
because God forbid, with all this shit that I talk, for me to now have COVID and be up in a, listen, they'll be dancing in motherfucking.
No. The first thing they would say, Donatella, we told Bud to get vaccinated.
Dancing in the streets. Okay, so everybody needs to take that same approach, and you better do everything you can to boost your immunity. Because look, all last year we didn't have flu season at all. Why are they pitching it this year? Why do they know that it's going to be a thing?
Because you didn't build immunity last
Oh
year.
my God.
Hold on.
No,
Put up- That's what they said. Hold on.
I'm
I'm going to put you guys on mute. My kids are getting in the car, so you're going to see me looking back and forth. Okay. All right.
So they call it. It's got a term already, Bob. Instead of a pandemic, it's called a. I just heard them say it yesterday.
Okay,
it means two things. It's the flu and COVID at the same time. It's like I want to say they said duodemic, but they didn't.
Oh my God!
They've already.
My God! They got a name for it. Duodemic.
There's a term for it because we're entering into flu season and with COVID with the variants. So I heard it on the news yesterday.
Here's another.
So what I'm not getting is the flu shot. Period.
Okay, so here's another thing we got to unite. We listen. I'm vaccinated, and vaccinated got to unite at some point, right? Because
we are united.
No, we're not. But they look at what they're doing now. Yesterday they came out and said, "Don't take aspirin anymore."
Yep. They should. No. They said
unless you had a cardiac event, you still take it.
But and that's only for 65 and over. That's only for 65 and over.
But guess what? Guess what has shown? There are other studies showing that. Guess what? COVID hates the most: the fucking aspirin.
No. Yep. So on what I said, they said it did.
The first time after I had COVID and I went to my doctor, the very first thing he prescribed for me was 81 milligrams of aspirin every day, and I'm still on it.
Well, I was given that, and because they said your capillaries in your brain kind of
clotting. And it fights the blood clot. So I'm like, if we're still worried about COVID, you know what?
It's a contradiction.
Exactly. I'm going to take my fucking aspirin. You're talking about me bleeding to death somehow. I ain't bleeding to death the last 2 years I've been taking this shit. Why all of a sudden now I'm going to bleed to death? So it's like, these people are really trying to kill us. The one thing that fights COVID or can prevent it Oh, don't take it no more. Don't take
No,
the
no.
aspirin.
Okay, so
So
I'm
you
gonna
can
play.
have a blood clot and die.
I'm
No
gonna play
way.
devil's advocate. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Remember, I am vaccinated. And I believe a lot of things that I hear the CDC say. But if they're telling us not to take the aspirin, and the aspirin is what COVID hates, is it because they're setting us up for that little red pill so that everybody buys that pill because it's going through
Merck?
FDA approval? That Merck, yeah,
No, but Merck and Pfizer are two different companies.
yeah,
Pfizer,
but still,
there's another thing that
aspirin doesn't
happened.
have anything to do with either
There was
one.
But
another
the
thing that
rep,
happened. So another, no, hold on, guys. Give me one second. Pfizer is backing some commercial. They released it yesterday. I heard it. It was another thing that was like crazy stupid. And it was like, this is paid for by Pfizer. And it was like a dead giveaway. Well, just pay attention, guys. You're gonna hear some commercial,
I'm
and at the
sure.
very end, it's gonna say sponsored by Pfizer, and you're gonna see like, are you serious? Like, it's something so crazy.
Well, I got the Pfizer vaccine in me, so and I work.
I
For
do too. I do too.
I worked
No,
for
but it's
Pfizer
something
for
like
many years.
it's. I just can't remember. I heard it last
I
night,
love
and I
Pfizer.
looked
Let
at
me-
Max. I said, Max, did you just see that? Like,
I know we-
Pfizer put this
I
ad
know we
out?
just got back. I know we just started talking about COVID, but last year before the shot came out, I was always saying, why are they not putting together something that can help when you
Treat
get
it.
COVID?
Exactly.
Well, and I said that so
Well,
much.
Maybe
And
they were working on it.
obviously they were, because
Merck
Merck is
was.
coming out with
Yeah.
it. Obviously,
Yeah.
to me, the red pill isn't as bad because
I'll take the pill. I'll take the pill.
I wouldn't. I don't have a problem with. I got the vaccine, but I had a problem with it.
Wait, Bub. So this is the part that leaves me clueless. Look at Bub. You won't take a shot because you don't know what's. Wait, let me finish.
No,
You
that's not
won't-
why I'm not taking the shot.
Let me finish. You won't
That's
take.
not. That's not. Don't say that. Don't
Let me
don't
finish.
use that. Don't use their line.
You're not taking a shot. Is that better? So you're
Okay.
not taking the vaccine shot
Mhm.
because of what it may do to you, right? And it's
Yes.
liquid. And not you, but some people think it has a microchip in it. But you're gonna put a whole pill the size of
Listen.
the first part of my finger inside your body, which could definitely have a microchip inside.
Listen. Okay. All right. So here's my thing with the pill, right? I'm not gonna be the first one to take it, right? And if there are reports of people dying, I'm not taking it either.
But they're going to be. They're going to be. And here's
We don't
why.
know that. And this is
Well,
what and this is
listen.
what I say. Donatella, all I say is until it happens, I don't like doing that.
All
I
right.
don't like doing that. Until I see it happen, I'm not gonna say it happened.
No. So
maybe
statistically,
someone-
statistically, in everything you have, there are always casualties. Buying a
remember,
car.
but did you see the test though? The first test going on.
Yeah, and those people, yeah, but those numbers were very small, and the people who used it, and
They all got
nowadays-
better. They didn't die.
yeah, but nowadays, can you, if you really think they're out to kill you, do you really think the stuff that's coming out is going to be all
Listen,
cheaper?
but-
That's why I'm like, Jesus loves me. I'm gonna take my vaccination shot.
I'm gonna take that pill though. I tell you what, if I get COVID again,
Not every-
I'm going to take, because I'm not afraid of being microchipped. Honestly, I wish I could microchip my kids,
Listen,
because you're
you
gonna follow me.
You already microchip. It don't matter.
I am my cell phone, exactly. So I'm like, you already. The door's not closed. You're already following me, and you know everything. I use my debit card. She was here. She was here. I'm talking to you. She was here. I ain't worried about that.
Ayana.
I don't think there's
Do
the
you
man.
use
Right?
what you do? I already know you that you use WhatsApp. So we already know that WhatsApp is not encrypted and the way they said it is anymore. And I think that actually changed once it was purchased by Facebook. They already have these people who are reading any messages that come up with those matches. But that's no different than when the laptops first came out and they said, oh, if you type certain words, it triggers an alert. Come on. I've worked in technology, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I want to change the subject just a little bit.
Can I just add one last thing? All I'm saying is that I'm not the man is trying to kill you. There are certain people in this world that want to kill you. And there's certain and others don't. So from what I have seen, Merck, I haven't read anything. If I start reading, the people that go and do the fact checking, They will expose who the truth always comes out, and this is what I'm
Yes,
saying.
but just remember that.
So right now, Merck doesn't have the they don't have no negative. I'm not just gonna create some negative shit to throw on their name until I see it.
No, but
And
the
that's what I'm
conspiracy
saying.
theorists will do it. They will create.
But that's not me. What I'm saying is,
I know it's not. I know it's not.
when if like I said, when the time comes, the information comes out, and if there's anything negative with Merck, then I will go a campaign against it. Until then, hey, it's worth considering, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
Got it.
But medicine is medicine, y'all. Like at the end of the day, when people gonna die, people die after everything. People die after the flu.
That's what I said. That's what
people die after asthma
That's
medicine. You gotta. People die giving birth. We're not gonna go give birth anymore. Like,
so I'm gonna let you know that I'm super positive. I'm pumping up the fact that I'm vaccinated, but I do happen to know if anybody dies in my family right after a vaccination shot, I will be talking out of both sides of my face. But I need us to go to another topic
Go ahead.
That I'm kind of passionate about. It's kind of connected. So right now, you know, Kyrie, my handsome young man.
Thank God, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. So I'm a big sports fanatic, and I'm going to give you the scenario that I've been talking about online. So Kyrie is refusing to be vaccinated. He's not allowed to practice with people. I've seen memes where they're bringing up the fact that Magic Johnson was allowed to play basketball
with full-blown AIDS, right? With full-blown
HIV diagnosis. That's number one. But for me, I heard a little snippet of one of his his interviews, and they asked him why is he not getting vaccinated, and he said he wanted to be a voice for those who cannot be heard. And on top of that, even as a vaccinated person, I admire his ability to say, hey, this is how much I believe in what I believe. I'm not going to be forced to get a shot. I want to speak for those individuals. I don't find his action to be anything different than what Kaepernick did. Kaepernick took a knee in regards to what he felt and also representing other people. And so we can't talk out of both sides of our face. We can't tell people if you're a powerful person and you have the ability to impact America financially, which is exactly what he's doing. Because there are people with season tickets who want to go see the Nets play, who are coming to see Kyrie. And so now they're listening. And so I'm trying to figure out why people like Mr. Smith.
Where'd y'all go?
You know, we hear you. We hear you. Why people are getting all on Kyrie's case, and he's sacrificing things that we don't see other people doing. So I don't know. What do you guys feel about
this
that?
is what I said. This is why the three of us can get on here, argue, yell, scream at each other, and still do this again.
Hey, I gotta make sure you're careful about what's being seen in the background. I don't want anybody.
Don't worry, I'm an expert on this one, and I got a big head and some hair, so I'm good.
Because you know what we can't do is be so dug in. We're not considering other people's principles.
Right.
And for Stephen A to go up there and question Kyrie's principles.
He didn't question. He just, to me, I think he's going for. Yeah, that's my point.
He said he's selfish. How do you, someone gave up 17? At the end of the day, it's going to be $33 million to make a statement to say, listen, America stands for choice.
He's just trying to go viral. He's trying to stay relevant.
Look, I didn't want to bring his name up again. I'm just.
Do you know who Kyrie's uncle is? Godfather is?
No.
God, dog it. You're Rafiq Abdul. He used to play.
Oh yes. Abdul Rafiq.
Thank you.
Yeah, Abdul Raif. He played for the Denver Nuggets.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he had a whole. He's been conditioned a little differently than what we would think. I'm sorry, I'm just in my office and there we go. And I have to set up. But he left playing in the NBA too.
Yeah, Denver Nuggets. He was with the Nuggets.
Because of social things and things of that nature. So he was raised a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just wish he would say, like, I'm doing this for the people, but you got to put I know he said that. No, it's something that I'm missing.
Okay, hold on. Let me explain what he did. So he was perfect, right? He said he's doing it for the people, the people that don't have a voice. Then he flipped on the other side and said, I'm also doing it for the vaccinated. No, you're not doing it for them. Like that's when you start.
How is that?
He's not doing it for the vaccinated. So there was no reason for him to try to play both sides. In the interview he gave from his own mouth yesterday, he should have left it with, I'm doing this for the unvaccinated, which he's unvaccinated. The vaccinated people are the one attacking. How are you doing it?
But his point, so it's all up to perception. My point, my interpretation is that he's being key about it not being about himself. It's about everyone. If you want to get vaccinated, get vaccinated. But the most important thing to me is the people who don't have a voice.
Yes, and that's where I think he should have left the conversation, because people are poking. You see on Twitter, right? I read all this stuff where they're trying to poke at him is for saying that is for trying to stand on both hills.
Yeah,
stand on one hill and die on it. There was no reason. So Donatello. So what you said is, I'm doing it for all of us. So then just say all of us.
Right? But no. But specifically, you can say, I let people choose their verbiage, right? So most people would think, because I'm vaccinated, every time you or someone else makes a stance about being unvaccinated, not having a choice, I think you should have a choice. I think it's horrible.
The minority. That's what I'm saying, Donatella. People like you are in the minority.
But it's what I'm passionate about, and it's what he's passionate about.
And we love you for that. We love you for that. But what I'm saying is, the majority of people that are vaccinated are the ones attacking Kyrie. So that's what I'm saying. So the dominant response is not what you're saying.
Like me.
You know what I'm saying? I embrace what you're saying. I don't have a problem with what you're saying. What I'm saying is, the people that have a problem with him have a problem with him saying that he's also vaccinated. But that's what I'm saying. That's where the weakness in his argument, where they're coming at him and saying, what kind of stupidity is that? How can you be for the vaccinated?
I don't even hear them leveraging that. I just hear them.
I'll show you.
He's doing it for the people, right? But the people who he's doing it for can't make a decision like that and stand on,
If he's doing it for the poor people, right? The people who have no.
He's doing it for the poor people,
right?
What I'm saying is, when you look at this double standard of it, he already has millions of dollars and doesn't have to go back to work,
right?
And that's what makes it so much better.
But it
doesn't make it better. He said in an interview a while ago, he was like, I don't ever have to play again, and I'm fine. So
and that's why he's able to do it. Let me tell you why.
We're looking at the glass, right? Some are looking at it half full, half empty. At the end of the day,
I'm just saying, he's talking to. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. He's talking to people who don't have what he has, and he's saying, don't take this shot. It's okay. Stand for your beliefs, but how they gonna eat? And I don't think it's fair that they're being mandated. I don't think it's fair because they're trying to mandate him in the same way. I don't think that's right. But he's on a different level. He don't ever have to work again.
Ayana, that's good. But he's giving them the one thing they have is the comfort of that.
No,
he's standing with them. Hold on. He's standing with them because he believes that's their convictions, and he does believe in freedom of choice. So he's standing with them simply for that. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that he doesn't have to work again. It's not his fault.
So,
I'm not blaming him for that. Don't misunderstand me.
He's also given up hundreds of millions by not doing it.
But he doesn't need it.
And that's the point. Those are the only people
shouldn't question his motives. He's standing in solidarity with them.
That's the reason why he's able to do it. And that's what he said. And that's the only thing that makes sense. So, for example, right? If and you know they won't do it because they're too greedy. If the Beyoncés, if the who else does Brooklyn love? The Jay-Z claims he's part owner of the Nets or was, right? if these people who can afford to lose income got together and stood in solidarity, it would have an impact, because then the rest of the world kind of has to look at what are the other things that these people are doing. If Bezos opened his mouth one day and decided, as Bezos, you know what, I think my people should not have to be vaccinated, other
Okay,
businesses
Donatella,
will start
and,
listening.
and all the point I'm making is that it starts with a Kyrie, right?
Absolutely, I agree.
Because other people can now say, "Wow, if Kyrie did it." For me, right now, I'm staring so hard at Kevin Durant right now, because the deeper part of this whole issue is that Kyrie is the mastermind of this entire team that New York put together. He's the one that decided to come to Brooklyn, and
Yeah.
by him coming to Brooklyn, convinced Kevin Durant, and which made James Harden want to come, and
Yeah.
everyone else. Kyrie's the mastermind. Without Kyrie, Brooklyn is not favored to win the NBA championships. So for
And
someone
and
to put
I'm
them in
gonna
this
tell you,
position and them shit on him like that, how
no,
the
no,
GM
I'm gonna
them
tell you,
shitting on him?
no. I'm gonna tell you that I bet you anything that they sat down as a group and they talked about it, right? Because if you think about it, right, let's just use our brains and say these are your homeboys and they know everything about you. I could say I'm going to jeopardize my 33 million. I got more than enough money. You guys have families and this and the other. You all stay there. I'll be the one fall guy. Because there was only one Kaepernick. That's all it took. There was only one Kaepernick.
That was Eric too. There was
Eric
another one.
Davis. Eric Davis.
Eric lost his career too.
Lost his career.
Yeah.
He played
Yeah.
3 more years and they canned him. But what I'm saying is, it takes a Kyrie to do what he did for the others to now say, you know what, I'm going to join. I'm going to
So
join.
pool your money together and have a fund put aside for those who lose their jobs. For
Not their responsibility.
I know that, but it's danger. All I understand, but we're putting a lot of, I don't know if it's pressure or praise on a millionaire who has said, I'm making this decision,
Ayana,
and they don't, and he's not worried about where he's going to eat or sleep.
but hold on.
Yeah, you don't have to worry.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me make this last point. It is much easier for the president to say, I'm dropping the mandate. Everybody go back to work. Than to start a fund and do all this crazy shit.
I don't disagree with that whatsoever.
It's
I'm
so
just
much
saying we
easier.
can't put that
What I'm
much
saying is,
praise on a man.
What I'm just saying is, it takes pressure from enough people for the president to do that. And if Kyrie can start and be a catalyst for others to
So
join.
literally I live in a state where this man is breaking federal law.
Yes.
If that's not pressure to the president of the United States, what is Kyrie? I guess I don't see him as that powerful.
LeBron James is more powerful than Governor Abbott. Let me tell you that. Right?
I agree. LeBron is. I don't know if Kyrie is.
And that's what. But what I'm saying, it takes Kyrie to make that move to get it, so that you know what.
LeBron what should be happening is people should be looking at the other ones.
Yo, why are we letting our brother take this bullet? Like,
yeah, but you know why?
And help him out.
No, because LeBron likes his money. He likes his billionaire club.
What I'm just saying is that it takes Kyrie to sacrifice.
No, absolutely.
Same effect that Kaepernick had. In the beginning, so many people were against Kaepernick.
Agreed.
And 3 years later, everybody's on Kaepernick's side. So let's see how this plays out.
So let's get off that topic because we've been on it long enough. I don't know. Do you guys have a choice before I throw up another topic?
No, go ahead.
Ayana, you have a choice about anything? No. So okay, let's talk about United Airlines. I don't know if you guys know this. So United Airlines started last year during the pandemic. So first of all, the CEO owner of United Airlines just gave $1,000 bonus to every employee that works for United Airlines. He gave this whole spiel about how, they're the frontliners. That's who everyone's been seeing during the pandemic. He's so proud of them, and he wants to put some money back into them. Now, I'm looking at it from my slick Brooklyn background of, kind of like payoff money, right? So United also, I don't remember the exact percentage he said, but they have something like 98.2% of their entire firm is vaccinated. And if they have, let's use an imaginary number, if they have 11,000 employees, right? So they started a whole training and education of why everyone needs to be vaccinated. So he personally, last year when COVID was really bad, wrote a letter, reached out to every employee's family who lost a family member to COVID. So he started cultivating a relationship and explaining why it's important. Now they have this high level of vaccination rate, but at the same time, I forget the amount of them. Let's say it's 1,200 people, so it's 1,200 employees who didn't get vaccinated. They are now starting the termination stage, right? And so to me, this $1,000 bonus that he just issued yesterday is to kind of, for those who start to get shaky and they're looking at their colleagues crying who worked there for 25 years, who refused to get vaccinated, he kind of gave them money. He also is using it as a boilerplate template for all other businesses to mandate vaccines for employees.
Look, I don't know what to say other than pilots are dying.
Yep.
Right, and on while they're working, pilots are down in the air, and it's happening more than normal. And
is that because of where everybody has to be vaccinated on the plane, right? The passengers.
This is what everyone is saying. So the whole point is that you're mandating this thing. We're seeing some bad signs. We need to quit. You saw what happened with Southwest. What's happening is that when the people rise up, when enough people in an organization say no, there was a story about the Denver airport. I don't know if you read it, but there's a guy that owns the four terminals, right? So in one of the terminals, all the employees, he decided to fire everybody that wasn't vaccinated. Right? So he gave them until the end of the month. So in one terminal, the next day, nobody came to work.
Yeah, because they're showing their
nobody.
Package. Yeah.
And guess what he
Stand
did?
up.
He reversed the mandate. So no more mandate.
So if the whole nets
exactly
work, that's
walk out, and that's the whole thing that we're
saying. But that's not going to happen.
Listen, and this is what I'm saying. Like
poor people protest, rich people don't.
It's so much beyond like vaccines. Like, yo, if you want to take it, like nobody, like that's none of our fucking business. Like, when did it become?
If you don't want to take, but if you don't want to take it, that's none of our business either. And you shouldn't be ripping off people's masks and saying, "Why'd you take that? Why'd you get poison? You know this and you know that, and you know it's." Do you? That's what the problem is.
That is what America, and that's the whole point.
If you don't want
America
to
was built on doing you. It's built on doing you, and now they're switching the goalposts. Like, no, the goalposts.
Well, now it's lose your job.
Now it's not do what I say, and then you have a choice to do what I say. No, that's not fucking.
You still have a choice.
But that's not what we. That's not it, bro.
But you want to know what? We had a choice all for months, right? Before it was mandated. But what happened is people kept talking and running their mouths and not wearing masks. So numbers and stuff changed and it mutated. This is real life, bub. Like if you got to move stealth-like. Stop telling all your business.
Look at Bub's face.
Again, like
the reason why I said wear masks so it wouldn't mutate. That's why I said that. But at the end of the day, maybe you don't go around snatching off people's masks. Maybe you don't go around harassing people because of that. But there's a whole lot of people who believe that they're not going to get vaccinated. They don't have to wear masks, so they harass people. So then what do? You bring light to the situation. If you just shut your mouth and you ain't got to lie, you ain't got to say nothing. It's my business. When I got vaccinated, I ain't tell nobody. It was nobody's business.
What I'm saying is it ain't that shit. That's why they mandated everybody. They plan to mandate everybody from the jump.
Yeah, because they know that as long as you have freedom of choice and freedom of speech, there are going to be people who don't want to do it. But here's what's going to get worse, right? So let's move forward to you now are being terminated from your job because you didn't get vaccinated. Now you don't qualify for unemployment because you refuse to get vaccinated. Guess what?
Driver's
Businesses are requiring vaccination to apply for jobs.
For a job.
Right? So now what's going to happen during the winter months, what's the next season, spring, when you have all these people who are unemployed, who are now looking at cars that they can't pay car notes for, rent they can't pay rent for, kids who have to go to school. Come on. And then what's happening all at the same time? People are committing crimes. I don't know if you all know. I'm trying to figure out how it is that Rikers Island is still open, because it was supposed to close like a long time ago. They now have their 12th person who's died inside that prison. People are dying from COVID in there left and right.
Listen, all I'm saying is what's going to happen is Texas is going to have an incredible explosion in new residents.
We already do. California,
and so is Florida. Those are going to be the two biggest cities.
Oh, don't leave out Atlanta.
And
Georgia
too. Yes, those three states are going to experience the big, because.
But guess who's coming here? There's a caveat to that.
Because
the people from California coming, and they're like, oh, they're going to turn us blue. So what did they do? They redistrict us. So they can keep power.
Ayana, okay. So now let me tell you the dirty side. This is my dirty secret, right? So you guys are still on the left, right? Pretty much your ideals line up with the left, right?
I'm a little more conservative than most, but I do have left tendencies.
Yeah,
let me say this. No.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Listen. Just
I know Republicans that are vaccinated.
Just hear me out. The left,
they want to keep their job.
The left, look, New York State, Connecticut, Jersey, Massachusetts. They go in line. They don't give Biden any resistance. They follow the mandate. New York was the first to instill these are leftist policies. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. The leftists are all pro-vaccine, all pro. This is a left thing. And guess what? So the right is pro-Trump, right? And they try to make the right also anti-vax. So what they're doing is lumping anti-vaxxers as pro-Trumpers.
You just lumped me as a pro-vaccine person.
I know. No, listen. Hold on, listen. Let me land. Right? So what's happened is, right, I am now going to, because of my anti-vaccine stance, right, I am now sneaking into watching OAN, watching Fox News.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Listen to what I'm saying. You're getting Democrats who were once leftists, who are anti-vaccine, are moving to the Republican Party. That's the danger. I am not. But what I'm explaining to you is that what's happening is because of the leftist position with vaccines and Biden is going to lose by the biggest fucking margin in history this coming election. He's completely out. People are leaving the Democratic Party over this shit.
Well,
and so those people that are moving into Texas, they moved for a reason. They got tired of the mandates in California. No,
but no, it's not just the mandates in California,
and they don't want that shit. So,
right, but it's not.
They're not at the forefront. Let me tell you. I'm telling you what.
I'm not in California, so I'm saying it's not just the mandates. It's also California.
I follow these people.
That's fine.
These are leftists that are turning.
I can't stand the term leftist because I'm more centric than leftist, but because I believe that you have a choice.
You're a Democrat.
I'm a Democrat. Do not insult me with leftist because that is a straight up.
I apologize. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay. Thank you. Because I'm like, no way.
So what I'm saying is, I was saying that leftists are Democrats, right, by default. But no. So what I'm actually saying are that they are Democrats that are moving into Republican states, and they're going to vote Republican because that's why they came to those states. Like right now, I'm looking at Orlando, Florida to relocate. That's a Republican state because DeSantis.
It's a Republican county, yes.
No, I'm just saying the state because the state does not have the mandates that are turning my life. I'm literally going bankrupt in New York. Literally, New York is going to bankrupt me. So I'm running to a Republican state. Now you think I'm gonna vote for a fucking Democrat when I get down there? Of course not. Right. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That
you said you're gonna. You said you're not. You said you're gonna vote for a Democrat when you get there. You're saying no.
No, because I'm running from a Democratic.
So that's part of what the problem is in politics, is that you look at a title and you say, I would have voted for a Colin Powell as a Republican.
I would too, but what I'm saying is these guys. So listen, DeSantis also. No,
DeSantis is trash. DeSantis literally made money.
Hear me out. He's a scumbag. DeSantis is he's a bona fide racist. Like bona fide. But look at this. He's racist. He doesn't like black people or whatever. But I can go to the state and survive. So am I gonna vote? Am I gonna vote for someone that's gonna throw a mandate on me and kill my
I'm not monitoring the comments. I'm sorry.
We have 22 comments on Facebook.
So this is what I'm saying, that
we'll get right to you.
We're into a very serious situation where Democrats are going into it because the Republican policies are calling for less government intervention into your daily lives. See,
that's a lie. No, pause.
Whether it's a lie or not.
It is a lie. Happening. Let me explain something to you. The Republicans have been little government, right? Forever. That is what they're known for. And Democrats are big government. We're going to give all these policies. We're going to do this healthcare plan. We're going Social Security, all of those things. In the state that I live in right now, this governor has said you can't mandate vaccines anywhere. So he's taken this big government thing. He's done exactly what Biden did, but over a state. That's big government, just opposite.
Exactly.
It's just opposite.
We really need, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm running to your state. What do you think? I'm going to vote for the shit that made me leave where I came from? No. And that's what I'm telling you.
But it's more than that. And when you vote, and I know we have to go, Donatella, but when you vote single issue for an entire a person, like I'm only voting for him because of vaccination, but there's a whole litany of other things. You voting against your own entrance.
It's your priority. It's your priority.
It's more than that. You have.
It is. You have to prioritize.
It's so much more than a vaccine shot. Go ahead. I'll step away.
Ladies, gentlemen, ring. We really have to find a way to. Bub, I need you to bring up some of the comments that are on the Facebook page.
I can't see them at all.
I'm gonna go get my laptop.
So I see them, but what's interesting is I'm on my iPad, right? So I don't know who Alex Monster. Well, so interesting the way that it's appearing on my page. Of course, David Braff is there. I can't. The way that it's showing up on my iPad, I can barely see them as well. It's weird, and every time I hit the comments button, it's allowing me to turn the comments on and off. So I don't understand what's happening.
But listen, I love the engagement. I'm glad. I don't know why this software doesn't show me in real time what the fuck's going on.
It used to.
But I don't see one. I mean, it's all good. So we appreciate guys for the engagement. And
somebody wrote a whole paragraph, and I cannot see it. Well, I mean, I see it there, but I can't see. It's weird. Okay, comments. We've got 3 shares, 22 comments, 5 others. Okay, I can see the comments. I can't click into them. It's really
hold on. I'm logging into my laptop, so I'll be able to, because I wasn't prepared. I cut out the card. Normally I would be prepared for this. So which one are you on? Are you on Bub's page or are you on Amarachi Studios?
No, I'm at Adewumi on his page, which I think is what the problem was when I was sharing the link. I was sharing the link from your page, and that's where people were saying that it looked like I didn't have it.
But I made it public so anybody could join.
Hold on.
So what I started doing now is I stopped posting my views on my page. I just do stories, so they expire. So if you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, you don't. You can't pin me to it. Because literally, I lost a $50,000 grant because I think of my views. Yeah. I lost it today. They called me today. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Listen, I'm Kyrie. I'm a baby Kyrie. I lost a bunch of money too.
I can't even see it live on your page. I saw it on
if you go to his page and scroll down to where the story is, that's the problem. When you scroll down to where it is,
Okay, let me go myself. Being that I own the account, I should.
Yes. Hello.
But the way I found it was on Amarachi Studios. That's how it popped up in my feed.
Yeah, it's in a few.
It's on all of them.
Yeah.
It's on all of them. But if you go to Facebook and you search for him,
well,
the
we got 15
comments,
minutes, y'all. I got it.
the comments actually show up on his
You
page.
said we have how many minutes? When is the gentleman joining us still?
We already
did
talked
that
him before.
Oh, yeah, did. Okay, I missed him. Okay.
Okay, so look, so Alex goes. Okay, so I'm gonna just read the comments, right?
Okay.
So Alex goes, I can have guns in Texas. That's the appeal to me, and he's right. He would vote Republican. It's like immigrants. They come here.
I got guns. I got plenty of guns. I'm Dominican. I mean, I'm a Democrat.
Can I read the goddamn comments?
It's ignorant.
They come here and get citizen, but they're not pro-immigrant. By far, many rather be here, but hold their place. It's real, not necessarily everyone's views, but it's how you could preserve what you are enjoying. Otherwise, you will convert to what you ran away from. So basically, she's saying the same thing I said, that if I run to Florida because this guy has no mandate, I'm gonna keep him in office, because the last thing I want is to have to move again from Florida to find somewhere else where there are no mandates. So I'm gonna vote for the guy that.
I mean, I understand the gun thing, but I got a lot. So I'm a Democrat. My husband's licensed. I don't have to be because I don't leave the house, but I can carry without a license.
I see the comments now. Yay!
Read another one.
So yes. You know, this is always saying.
But again, that's single. You're voting singly. You vote for so.
No, hold on. And look, I used to follow Hakeem Jeffries, AOC, and Omar. I follow all of them. They have not said one comment towards vax or pro-vax, and vaccine or unvax. They say shit. They just come there every day and say what they want to talk about. They want to talk about the budget and all this.
That's what everybody does.
The whole world is talking about vaccine, and these guys that are the lead, these are supposed to be the future. Right? And these guys, I love them because they're supposed to fight for our rights. They don't have an opinion. So they just expose themselves. They're no different than the people that they met there. They're there to save their own fucking asses. So I defriended all of them. All of them. I ain't got nothing to do with them. I want to hear from them. I'm voting for people that do the things that I need to survive. And right now, having no vaccine mandates is my survival. If you have mandates, you're here to kill me. That's what. And you know, what's next? You're gonna come into my door and force me to get the jab, and no one's gonna stop them because everybody else.
Guess what though? I got an email that you can now get vaccinated at your home.
Maybe doing that in Texas for a minute.
This is in New York. Maybe I'm already vaccinated, but I got the email yesterday. And they've attached that $100 incentive that they had before.
They want to kill us. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Black lives don't matter this much to these people.
None of this matters.
It never did, y'all. It never did.
I totally agree with that.
Too much. This is too much. They're doing too much.
What's really, you know what? And all of this is a ploy. All of it. I'm a conspiracy theorist. The way you think is how so many people think, and yours is a business. Yours is straight business. Because with what you're
survival, you're right. It's
yours, and I understand. See, but that's where I have a problem with the Kyrie Irvings of the world saying, "I'm standing with the people," and then you gonna move to a whole state and vote on support somebody on one thing, where these are the same people who are trying to take your rights away to vote.
Okay,
they're trying to.
Ayana, guess what? Guess what? If I vote, I won't die. If I don't vote, I won't die. But you mandate me, I go die. You understand that?
So
it's a priority.
I don't. You're gonna die. You won't. Your business won't.
There is a comment. Bub.
But you mandate. I can't have people.
Hello.
You're not gonna die.
So let's move back to the comments, which have been
go to the comments. I'm gonna go guess.
So Bub, there is a comment.
I'm not dead.
Hello, Bub. There is a comment from my friend who's always talking about me eating. And David, so you don't feel bad, just know that I'm snacking on cookies as we go along. So David has a comment that references mandates for people, and I think I read it properly. Mandates for people mean more people getting vaccinated. More people getting vaccinated equals more people being able to dine in.
More people dying.
Yeah or not?
No, no, no. I support people that don't want it. I know people that have had listen, guys, and this is what I'm saying. I'm not sitting here just talking shit out my face. I know people right now that are suffering the effects of the vaccination. And it's not for everybody. That's all I've ever said. It's not for everybody, and we should
All
not
right.
be forced to do it.
All right, so let's play devil's advocate. A choice, the choice means an option. Like, you know how in Texas now you don't have a choice to get an abortion, right? As long as you have a choice, it is a choice.
Yes.
So the person has to say, how much do I value? This is the messed up part. How much do I value my right not to get vaccinated? Do I value it enough that I'm going to give up this salary, the good insurance, being able to pay my bills? And I get it.
Yes.
The
Because
government,
the alternative is that.
United States government is a big bully. Absolutely. I get it.
They've been bullying for years. This ain't the
Yeah.
first time.
Well, granted. And it just so happens that I may love my parents more than I love myself, because when I was told to get vaccinated, I've been vaccinated since March. That's why I'm looking at people like, y'all still complaining? Yes, some people have died. Some people are going to. When you have this many people doing a particular thing, there is a percentage that is expected to not survive. Now, it's easy for me to say that because it wasn't anybody in my family, right? I am very sure that I would have had a very different reaction if someone close to me had passed. But when you look at the longevity of it, like right now, I haven't been in corporate America all year. I'm saying to myself, and this is the messed up part, and all you people who are not getting unemployment, I'm sitting down thinking, well, golly gee, I always wanted to be an airline stewardess. You know, all these people
I want those perks.
to lose their job. Or I'm looking at corporate America and I'm saying, okay, maybe I want to go back into corporate America. I got the vaccination card.
Guys, let me just ask you this question, and I want to leave it there because I don't, like I said, we're not gonna talk about this shit all.
Your smile has
How
turned
many?
upside down.
No. How many times are you gonna go get boosters? How many boosters do you say no?
I'm good. I had
Well,
COVID. I'm
Because
good.
what they're gonna tell you is that you're not vaccinated.
Right.
If you hit a
that's
certain
what it is.
threshold, you're gonna go back to
Right.
be back into my shoes, and
Yeah,
they're gonna tell you that you're not vaccinated.
and so this is gonna hurt your heart. My parents just got their booster shots. Sorry, parents, sharing your stuff. Both sets of my parents. So both my parents are remarried. My father and my stepmother didn't have any reactions at all. My mom and my stepdad, they had the swelling, the painful in the arm, the chills. You know, and I'm my mother's daughter, so you know everything is she takes to heart, and it was really hard for them this week. But you know, I'm less intimidated by the government than I am my mom, who may say, well, before you come back in this house, make sure you have your proof of your booster shot, because back in March, we had to drop our little card into a text message before she allowed us to book a ticket to come to her home. So to answer your question, when it's time for me to get my booster, I'll be getting my booster shot.
So how you're gonna keep doing it? Like, what if you require 3 boosters?
Well, I'm American. You know how I've been vaccinated the last time.
No, I'm just saying. So
I don't know.
So here we have 50%. 50% of the room says they're not doing it, and 50% they're gonna keep doing it. All right.
Well, it
I
depends
was just
on,
doing a little survey. That's
you know,
all.
but it also depends on what do you stand to lose. Like if you, I think it's based on your leeway, right? If you're not in corporate America, it's not demanding that you do it. You already have revenue stream. You don't have to get vaccinated. They start saying, hey, here's the mandate. You can't come out your house unless you're vaccinated.
It's not even about jobs. I'm telling you, you will not be able to renew your driver's license.
Yeah, no, I get
They're
that.
gonna take away health care.
I know that. Well, they're already taking away health care. They're already taking away health care. If you don't have a job, you don't have health care.
An entire takeover. And that's why I see the writing on the wall, and I'm getting the fuck out of here, because I'm not gonna wait till they knock on my door. I'm not gonna wait till they come and take my kids.
Right.
Because that's what's gonna happen too.
We have a comment that says how much you get boosters shouldn't be dictated by how much we like it. It should be dictated by medical necessity.
Well, so they're basically
No,
saying
guys,
you
what
should
dictates this whole shit is profits, money. Okay, money. You guys get your heads out the sand already. Give me
Well,
that was from David.
Wait till they start charging for these shots.
Get your heads out the sand. This is
once you start charging, you can't mandate something. Man, listen.
Yes, you can. If you can mandate that a person has it done before they lose their employment, they can absolutely tell you. Because what are they doing on the flip side? Those people,
they'll have to get it for free. You can get it for free from the county.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Because you know why? Delta Airlines and all these places that are mandating the vaccine, but they're letting the people not get vaccinated. They're taking money out of their check to pay for the COVID.
Right.
So same.
Well, no, they're not even. Well, they were doing that. I don't think they do that anymore. I think they said either you get it or you don't. I think they finally switched it to that way. But as far as you're saying mandating it and you're going to have to pay for it. Well, in Texas, there's the kids have to get vaccines to go to school, right? Mm-hmm. And they're mandated for whatever reason, however they choose to do that. Well, the county, you can get it for free if you go to the county. Right. And you say I don't have insurance.
Look, when they have everybody this is all about having people where they want them, right? When they have 99% of the population vaccinated, then they're going to tell you, you're going to pay for it. Right? But right now, their objective is to get 99%. So it has to be free. But when they get y'all where they want y'all, then they're gonna tell y'all what it's gonna be. This is what y'all don't understand. They don't always.
We got another comment. What I'm actually surprised about, and this is from Alex Mondester. Okay. What I'm actually surprised about is I'm hearing military isn't complying, and they used to be the first and have no choice.
No, they're not complying. It's not that they're not complying. They're not required, just like the Congress.
No, they are required.
Are they?
You guys, of course they're required.
And then in another comment says military stay getting vaxxed for different shit with legit experimental vaccines.
A lot of them are saying no. A lot of them are saying no.
I thought that
a lot of them
I thought it was mandated.
Discharged.
So maybe it is mandated, but there's a lot of them now who are.
It is mandated. The military is mandated to take.
No, there's a girl going viral right now who in her military uniform, and she's talking about. Well, who is it that it's not mandatory for this?
Okay, let me explain it. Let me tell you again who's not mandated for it. Anyone that works for the White House, the entire Congress, and their staffers, Pfizer, Moderna, illegal immigrants. That's it.
Is illegal immigrants the same as undocumented?
Whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
They specifically say illegal immigrants.
Well, okay, so let me just tell you before we run out of time. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. on my Instagram Live, I'm going to be going live with an attorney who provides free services for people who want to get something called TPS. It's a temporary protective services status. So it's for undocumented workers, because just like a lot of other,
they're trying to find a way back to their countries. Trust me.
Well, and they can, but there are some people that are here, and you can work with the status.
People dusting off their old passports like, shit, my shit expired. How do I get this shit?
But this is not funny. I'm talking about something.
No, it's true.
Cannot stand you. Anyway, if you and the person
I gotta call the embassy to Ouagadougou.
Oh my God, I can't stand you. So, like I said, tomorrow on my Instagram Live, and there's a special fundness for Haitians from this particular attorney. So,
you know what I want? I just want us to go back to having fun again in life. This shit is too draining. It's too depressing. I rather just have more fun. I rather laugh more, play more.
But wait, on a fun note, Alex said, now Bob can see comments. What were you eating earlier?
Oh. That was suya and plantains. I'm sorry. I held it before the show, and then I started getting hungry.
But that's what our show always was. It's just David's good.
I held it for like a good hour and a half. And then
people like it. That's our backdoor advertisement for Amarachi. And
well, guess what? I'm gonna be there next.
Actually, I posted it. So yes, wrap up, right? So yes, Ayana's gonna be here Friday the 22nd So
Oh,
this
nice.
party is gonna be. She's demanding an old school R&B hip hop party. So for
I just want my friends turning 50. We're
so
flying
all the
in.
old school heads, that's your night, right? And then the very next day, I just announced I'm gonna have my birthday party.
Yeah!
And it's gonna be.
I got a cupcake for you, Bub. I got one just for you. We're gonna stay until 12:01 for sure, so I can give you a cupcake on your birthday.
Nice. Nice. And you guys, don't forget, bring your vaccination cards.
Yeah, we can't fly without it, baby. What you talking?
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people watching.
Oh, everybody else. I was like, we can't.
Bub didn't hear that
That's
part.
probably what it was.
Bub didn't hear that part.
Bring your back. Are you checking vaccination cards at the door? Not IDs no more.
You can't come to my party.
If we are, oh well, you about to just lose out on some grip, baby. We trying to pay. We trying to tip people. You gonna say no about that?
I'm gonna do it to y'all. I'm gonna do it to y'all. See how I feel. You got
right? Okay.
Unvaccinated people have to sit outside.
Yeah,
it's gonna be too cold. I need an indoor seat with my vaccination card. Thank you. I'm gonna have my sanitizer stuff on my nose so I can take my mask off. Thank you.
Listen. Did you hear? Did you see? Oh, okay. You didn't see the prayer. My man just dropped a heavy prayer on everybody. Ain't nobody getting sick coming to Amarachi or my party or your.
I was already partied at your.
Valentino, we are covered in the blood of Jesus, right?
In the blood of Jesus. You let somebody pray with Jesus?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
we are covered.
I missed that.
Yes, you did.
And Ayana, it took everything I had to sit here through the entire show. You closed with a prayer. I was gonna blow him up when it was over.
I'm
calling it out right now. In the blood of Jesus.
He said, see, Donatella, I still have room for my Christianity. I was like, I'm so glad you said something.
Oh my gosh, I missed it. Oh, yeah, we ain't catching nothing there. I'd already partied at your spot without getting sick, so we good.
Nobody getting sick here. Never.
You know why? Because you got that little sprinkle of something, that jollof rice or something. It's a little something.
No, it's that sage he burns.
It's the sage, yes.
It kills whatever that.
You be putting bitters in drinks. That's what's in that pina colada.
Everybody drinking bitters at the end of the night. We all gonna be drunk and drinking bitters.
Drunk, dude. That car's gonna be like, we ready to go. We're gonna be like, one moment, please. No.
No, we're gonna have a party this year.
Oh, this is great. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So next week, that show's gonna be fire because it'll be a day before you coming in and a day before the weekend.
No, so I'll be in. I'm gonna have to jump on. I'm landing, so I'm trying to go to the consulate. If I can't get into the consulate, I'll be moving because my flight lands at like 1 something like that. So,
weird. All right.
But I'll get on.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Time to go get the kids and go get ready for
Thursday. What is the Eventbrite
that is for the Halloween party. Oh shit, that's the plug for Alex. So you know what? Yeah. We're gonna do Alex next week. She's coming on the show next week. Alex, you hear that? You're coming on the show next week, so she can plug in a Halloween show on the 30th.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. Thank you guys.
It was great. All right. See you guys later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.